If VOO or QQQ crash again, and one day they will, I already know what I'm going to do. I'm not going to panic, I'm not going to sell. I'm going to follow the same plan as carried me through every crash so far. In this video, I will show you exactly how the plan looks like. Hi, this is Austin. Welcome to my channel. When the market crashes, most people panic. I know because I used to be one of them. I have watched my portfolio drop thousands in a single week. I have seen red numbers that made my stomach sink. And I have had those moments where I wondered, should I sell before it gets worse? But over the years, I have learned that market crashes on the end, they are the test. So, in this video, I'm not going to predict the next crashes, because honestly, no one can. What I'm going to share is exactly what I will do if VOO or QQQ crashes again. These are the habits, mindset, and actions that keep me calm, consistent, and even optimistic when the markets fall apart. The last big crashes I lived through taught me more than any investing book ever could. It was during the early months of 2020. One week, everything looked normal, and the next, my portfolio was down nearly 30%. I remember checking my account late at night. It felt unreal. All these months of strategy progress just vanished in days. At first, I panicked. I kept refreshing the numbers. I even hovered over the sell button. But something stopped me. I thought about what I was really investing for. Not for the next week, not for the next month, but for my future self. That night changes everything for me. Because I realized the real danger in a crash isn't losing money, it's losing focus. So today, if the market crashes again, I already know what I will do. Let me walk you through it, step by step. The first thing I will do when VOO or QQQ crashes again is nothing. Absolutely nothing. That might sound strange, but it's the hardest and most powerful thing an investor can do. When everyone is panicking, the best move is often to sit still. Because selling in fear usually locks in losses, but staying calm keeps your options open. During a crash, our brains crave control. We think, I have to do something. But usually, the best something is do nothing at all. When the prices fall, I don't sell, I don't check my account every hour. I just take a deep breath, remind myself that it's happened before, and it will happen again. The market always recovers. Always. So the first thing I will do in the next crashes is exactly what worked in the last one. I will stay still and let my patience do the work. Once I have calmed down, the next thing I will do is recheck my system, not stock, but my strategy. I will look at three things: my emergency fund, my cash flow, and my contribution plan. If my emergency fund is solid, I won't need to touch my investments. That's what gives me peace of mind. Then, I will make sure my monthly investments are still automatic, because if I am still contributing, the crash doesn't stop my progress, it accelerates it. And finally, I will double check my mindset. Am I reacting to fear, or am I following my process? A crash doesn't test the market, it tests you. So when it happens, I don't analyze chat, I analyze my behavior. If I can stay disciplined when everyone else panics, I have already won half a battle. The third thing I will do, and this is key, is I will keep buying. Every single month, just like before. I have trained myself to see a crash not as a loss, but as a discount. If I love buying VOO and QQQ when prices were high, why should I stop when they are cheaper? It's like buying your favorite brand when it's on sale. You wouldn't walk away, you'd buy more. That's how I treat market crashes now. When others see pain, I see opportunity. And it's not because I enjoy losing value, no one does. It's because I know what comes next. Every bear market has eventually turned into a bull market. Every crash has eventually led to new highs. So when it happens again, I will keep buying, quietly, consistently, without fear. Because crashes build character, but they also build wealth. After that, the first thing I will do is to reflect, not react. I will use the crash as a mirror to understand myself better as an investor. Every crisis teaches you something new. You learn how much volatility you can handle. You learn how you think about money. And you learn how strong your patience really is. For me, every market drop has exposed to my weakness, but also built my strength. I remember during one downturn, I realized the reason I felt anxious wasn't the market, it was my phone. I was checking prices every hour, watching every red candle, and letting it affect my emotions. So I deleted my finance app for a month, and you know what happened? Nothing, except peace of mind. That's when I realized most of the stress from investing is self-inflicted. So next time there is a crash, I will take time to reflect. What am I feeling? Why am I feeling it? And what can I do better next time? Because that's how you can turn every crash into a lesson instead of a loss. The fifth thing I will do after a crash is strengthen my future plan. A market drop is like an audit. It reveals your weakness. If I feel too anxious, maybe I need more cash reserve. If I feel underinvested, maybe I need to come in more regularly. If I feel uncertain, maybe I need to study more. Crashes don't just take money, they give you information. So once the dust settles, I use that information to rebuild stronger. I review my goals, I check my budget, and I ask myself, how can I prepare better for the next one? Because one day, there will be another one, and when it happens, I want to be ready, financially and emotionally. If you told me years ago that I had been calm during a market crash, I would have left. But now, I honestly see them differently. A crash isn't a failure, it's a reset. It's a moment that separates investor who cares money from investor who builds wealth. Because anyone can invest during good times, but real growth comes from staying steady during the bad times. That's why I don't fear crashes anymore. I respect them. Because they remind me why I started this journey in the first place, to build a system that works through chaos, not around it. If I can sum it all out in one sentence, it would be this. When the market crashes, don't focus on what you have lost, focus on what you are learning. Every downturn has made me a better investor, a calmer person, and a stronger decision maker. So the next time VOO and QQQ crashes, I already know what I will do. I will stay still, I will stay consistent, and I will stay curious. Because surviving a crash isn't about avoiding pain, it's about finding purpose through it. So that's what I will do if VOO or QQQ crashes again. I won't panic, I won't sell. I will use it as a chance to test my discipline, refine my system, and strengthen my plan. Because in the end, crashes don't destroy wealth, they transfer it from the impatient to the patient. Every time I have stayed invested, I have come out stronger, and the next crash will be no different. Because while everyone else is running for the assets, I'll be right there. Still holding, still buying, still believing. Thanks for watching, and remember, you don't need to be feared for the next crash, you just need to be ready for it. I'm Austin, and see you next week.